Please join me in welcoming the Iowa Attorney General, Brenna Bird.
Well, I am just so glad to get to be here tonight. Looking out at everybody here, I see a number of people that have been so active in the pro-life cause for a long, long time. And you help me too, and I appreciate your help. I appreciate what we were able to do last year because we defeated, together with your help, the longest serving Attorney General in U.S. history with your help. And the life issue was an important part of that campaign, wasn't it? Yes, it was, because we knew we needed to defend our heartbeat law in the court. And I still remember when I turned on the TV during election season, and it's dangerous to do that when you're a candidate, because you'll see all kinds of awful stuff they're gonna say about you, right? I turned on the TV, and what were they saying? They were running an ad clip where I said, "I'm 100% pro-life." I thought, well, that's not bad. That's true. I believe that. I am 100% pro-life. And standing here today with you, we have a lot to celebrate. We have a lot of good things going on. We also have a lot of hard work ahead of us. And we know that no life is more valuable or sacred than the right to life. And we know that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we know that everybody is a child of God, regardless of their views on abortion, we might say too, right? Everyone is a child of God, and all children, all people deserve the right to be born in the first place. That is a basic human right that we all have, a God-given human right. Now, I think a lot of us had, lived under Roe v. Wade for so long, we thought that once Roe v. Wade was struck down, as it should be, because it was wrongly decided, we thought that maybe it would be a little bit like magic, right? There might be a few people who thought that. Well, the fact that Roe v. Wade was struck down and we got Dobbs, that was truly a miracle, something we've been praying for a long time. But the work is not over. And just because it's hard, it doesn't mean it's over. And in fact, it's good work to be doing because it gives us a chance to talk about life and to live out the pro-life promises that we make in our communities to make sure that women always have better options than abortion, that no one feels like that's their only choice and that they have nothing else that they can turn to. We know we've got a lot of work to do. And some of the work that we get to do in our office, I have to say, I just love doing it. We get to defend our heartbeat law, and I am so proud because here tonight we had our governor and our legislators, and when the first heartbeat law was tied by the courts, they went back and they passed it all again with a bigger margin than they did the first time. And that was something the negative naysayers never thought would happen, did they? But you proved them wrong. And the legislators who did that showed a lot of courage and worked hard and made it happen. And in our office, we put the full force of the Iowa Attorney General's office behind defending our heartbeat law. And it makes a difference when that happens. Last time around, our Attorney General refused to defend the heartbeat law, and that's changed completely. Do you know what else has changed? I'm gonna call somebody out tonight and maybe embarrass him just a little bit, okay? Dan Johnston, you're somewhere back over there, all right? That's one of the lawyers, in fact, I would say the lead lawyer in my office who's defending the heartbeat law here at this dinner tonight, along with his wife, Alyssa. So that's who you've got working for you in my office, people just like you. We had something else that was pretty neat. When you get sworn into office, you don't know what's gonna happen, and as a lawyer, we're used to suing people, I'll say that. But we heard of a little problem where pharmacies like Walgreens and CVS were going to illegally mail abortion pills into the state of Iowa. So we sent them a letter along with other AGs, good ones, pro-life ones from around the United States. And do you know what happened in response to that letter? They said they would not send any of their pills to Iowa directly to patients. We stopped them just with a letter. And we've also been holding Yelp's feet to the fire. If you know what that is, Yelp is something that rates different businesses or services because they had misleading information on there. They had a warning label for crisis pregnancy centers because they don't provide abortions. Well, that doesn't need a warning label. Everybody knows what a crisis pregnancy center is. And if somebody truly is pro-choice, don't they want all the choices to be available to people so that they can choose from the buffet of options? Well, we know that's not always true with the other side, but we held Yelp's feet to the fire and we made them change their conduct because what they were doing was misleading and it was wrong. Now, with all that, I may have left you with an impression that's not true. So I perhaps should have mentioned this when I was running for office last year, but Attorney General is not the most important job I have. In fact, it comes in third. I'm Bob's wife, and Bob's here with me tonight. Yep. Anybody who knows Bob, you know he's awesome, so he's pretty easy to be married to. So I'm the hard one sometimes. And then I'm Beckett's mom. And Beckett's not here tonight, it's past his bedtime, but an Attorney General, it comes in third. And I think that's the way that it should be, so that I can serve you in the way that you deserve to be served. I was thinking about the topic of how do you raise a pro-life generation? Well, I have to think it had to be harder for my parents, because that was very different when abortion was much more accepted, and I think less was known. Think about what we have now to raise a pro-life generation. Well, Roe versus Wade is gone. We have laws like the heartbeat law here in Iowa. We have the science that is absolutely amazing, where when I look at the 3D ultrasound picture of one of my nephews, I can tell which one it is. And they look a lot like each other, but I can tell which one it is just by looking at them in the womb. We have the science, and we are seeing over and over the young people are more pro-life than those who are older, aren't we? Because they are exposed to reality, to what is real, to truth. And then we go to something like the March for Life in Washington, D.C., and I've had a few times where I've been able to be there with all the young people there. And it is one of those powerful things that just feeds your soul to see all these young people that care deeply about the cause of life, just like we do. And some might say even more strongly because they understand just how important that is. That is a life-changing moment to get to witness something like that. And I'll also say that I think that those who are discouraged right now, I'm going to say this, I think you're wrong. Anybody who's discouraged right now about the cause for life, I think they're wrong. Because we had the miracle of striking down Roe versus Wade. We have a state that has a heartbeat law. We have young people who are becoming more and more pro-life with each passing year. The work is hard. It's not automatic. Roe versus Wade wasn't the only problem that we had for the culture of life. It was a significant one. But look at everything we have ahead of us, and look at everything that we are able to accomplish in this state. And look at how things are changing. So the pro-life cause is no longer about just pro-life laws. It's also about all of the different medical clinics and crisis pregnancy clinics that are springing up all over Iowa. There's even one within a couple miles of us near rural Dexter in Stewart. You know, think about that. We are tremendously blessed. We just have a lot of work to do. And when I hear about what happened in Ohio, I have to say that is something that we can learn from. We can look at that and see what we need to do. Obviously, one thing we have to do is raise more money than the other side, right? The cause for life, we should never be outspent. We are blessed, and we are all working towards that cause to protect innocent human life. We just have to work a little harder, right? And we can do it. We have what that takes. In fact, it is our privilege to get to do that, and I would argue that it's a generational opportunity. You know, there are some moments in life that when we look at them, when we're learning about history in school, we say, wow, what would I have done if I was alive then? I still remember what it was like when I learned about the Underground Railroad and what that was, where people would hide escaped slaves in their homes and send them on to the next stop to get freedom. You think, wouldn't it have been awesome to be alive during that time? Wouldn't it be awesome to be fighting that cause against slavery? Well, we're living in a time just like that, aren't we? We are. We just don't realize it because we're in it, but we're right in the middle of it. And we're at the part where when we keep on working hard, we keep on doing the right thing, we keep on praying, never, never, never stop praying, we know that victory is just around the corner. And we know that victory isn't just the heartbeat law. That is a significant one, and one that I'm so proud of our legislators and governors for. But it is more than that. It's about a place where no one feels like abortion is their only answer, or of all the bad choices they have, that's the one they have to pick. That is exactly what we want to have to build that culture of life. That's what will transform not just America and the rest of the world. And the cause of life, it is a deep, fundamental human right, isn't it? And in time, our country will fully recognize it. We're almost there. We just have to keep on pushing. And you know what? It is looking good, I think. And with the people here in this room who've answered the call and continue to answer the call, it will only be better from here on out. And let me promise you this. As long as I have the opportunity to work for you as your Attorney General on the front lines fighting for life every day, you will always have an ally in the Attorney General's office, and the cause for life will always have an ally in the Attorney General's office. Thank you, and keep on fighting.